Hello, sports fans. Welcome to Super Sports Central. Today we have my college football playoff scenarios. So I'm going to be going over how each team can make the playoff, plus who I would put into the playoff based off certain scenarios and how I would rank them. So starting off with how teams can make it into the playoff. Really, I think only the teams ranked in the top 6 have a good chance of making it. You still have teams that have like a complete long shot. They need pure chaos to get in. So starting off with Georgia, I think they're locked in no matter what happens against Alabama in the SEC championship. They could destroy them. They could get destroyed. They're in. Next off, we have Michigan. I think it's very similar for the next few teams: Michigan, Alabama, and Cincinnati. Winning, you're in. Losing, you're likely out. 5, Oklahoma State. Winning, you're in, and so they need a win plus either a loss by Cincinnati, Alabama, or Michigan. And last, Notre Dame. They don't play this week because they're not in a conference, meaning there's no conference championship game for them. But they're going to need losses by 2 teams that are not Georgia. So either Michigan, Cincinnati, Alabama, or Oklahoma State. On to the scenarios. So if Georgia, Cincinnati, Michigan, and Oklahoma State all win, that would mean Alabama would lose and then likely miss out in the playoff. Then I would have Georgia 1, Michigan 2, Cincinnati moved up to 3, and Oklahoma State up to 4. Scenario 2, if Alabama, Cincinnati, Oklahoma State, and Michigan win, then I have Alabama 1, Michigan 2, Georgia 3, and Cincinnati 4. So, scenario 3, we have Georgia, Baylor, Michigan, and Cincinnati all winning. Here's where the door opens for Notre Dame. I have Georgia at 1, Michigan at 2, Cincinnati at 3, and Notre Dame at 4. And now Notre Dame is in because they had losses by Alabama and Oklahoma State. But now if Alabama, Cincinnati, Baylor, and Michigan win, then it's Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, and then Cincinnati. And these are all just my predictions. There's nothing official about this. How, if these scenarios happened, if I were the committee, how I would rank these teams and how I think the committee would rank these teams. Next up, we have what if Alabama, Houston, Oklahoma State, and Michigan win. That would mean Georgia and Cincinnati lose. Then I would have Alabama at 1, Michigan at 2, Georgia at 3, and Oklahoma State at 4. So pretty much for Michigan, I think their ceiling is just about 2. I don't see a scenario where they jump Georgia unless Georgia loses. And I don't see a scenario where they would move up to 1 if Alabama beats Georgia. Next, it's essentially that same scenario, but what if Georgia wins and Baylor wins? So that would mean we have Alabama going down, we have Cincinnati going down, Oklahoma State, and Michigan keeps winning. Then I'd have number 1, Georgia, number 2, Michigan, number 3, either Notre Dame or Alabama, probably Notre Dame, and 4, I would have Alabama. Next scenario, we have the pure chaos scenario. We have Alabama, Houston, Baylor, and Iowa winning. So every team ranked higher loses. So then I'd have Alabama 1, Georgia 2, Notre Dame 3, and either Baylor or Cincinnati 4. And the next scenario, we have more chaos. We have Baylor, Georgia, Houston, and Iowa winning. So I'd have Georgia number 1. Number 2, I would have Notre Dame. There's no way for Notre Dame to get to 1. I think 1 is going to be the winner of the SEC championship. 3, either Cincinnati or Alabama. And 4, either Cincinnati, Alabama, or Baylor. So that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you would rank some of these teams in certain scenarios, and if there's a scenario I missed where you would like to know my thoughts on it, just make sure to drop it in the comments, and I will tell you where I would rank certain teams in certain scenarios. So like, subscribe, comment, and enjoy Conference Championship Week.